Assalamualaikum and a very good day. I've been to Dr. Nahayati and I am NURIN AZRINAZ binti Nurza with metric numbers 294731. So, I will present about my experience during Practicum 2 and how it reflects my understanding as students and how it broadens my perspective as a student. So, firstly, during my internship, I was exposed to the real life practice in the firms and how the lawyers practices real life practices of the lawyers. So during my internship, I was mainly handling civil cases, civil files, such as claim for torts for accidents, contracts, agreements, and also divorce settlements, and also a bit of conveyancing. But since the firm are not really practicing for conveyancing, so I don't really handle them. And mainly during my internship, I was guided on how to draft cost papers, submissions, and other documents that are relevant to the case. Secondly, my supervisor also guided me on how client consultation works. In dealing with clients, we also my supervisor also advised me on how to handle the client's behavior in the courts, and also advising them on how they what and should be not said during the trial to help their case. And I understand on how to deal with client, as they are the laymen, and we should make it easier for them to understand the legal jargons by make it easier to understand their cases, their issues, and also the course of action of their cases. Additionally, in drafting and filing for cost papers for the cases, civil cases, my supervisor really put attention to details and also the dates of filing, because even if there is a small mistake, we cannot just simply ignore it. But for example, there is something that we didn't agree with, amendments made by the opponents, we need always to seek clarification with the courts. So the detailings of the cost papers and also the filing need to be perfect in every way, because this we need to make sure that we don't delay court's time, and also we don't delay our clients' cases, as there is a crucial things need to be done during that timeline of the filing. So I have developed to be also a detail-oriented person in making every task to be perfect, and to make sure there is no mistake before filing and also serving the documents to the defendant. This internship, Practicum 2, has broadened my perspective on how real life practices of the lawyers, and in my understanding, the real life practices are way wider and also does not narrowly based on how theoretical that we learn in classes, but the practice is something that we learn every day, that we won't stop learning on how we will conduct the practices, the cases. Also, what I mainly learned during my internship practice was how civil cases are really crucial on the timeline of filing of documents and all the cost papers, because once we start filing for civil cases, there are cut-off dates, which is 6 years. Due to the timeline of the filing, which are stated in the rules of court and also the court's direction, we really need to stick to the dates of the filing in order for the case to not be struck off and to reinstate back our cases. And secondly, for the cross papers, as the plaintiff, we have to serve what we file to the court that need to be served to the defendant also. So serving of the documents was mainly made using the emails and also the hard copies, but there are some cases which doesn't need the hard copy to be served unless there is a court directions for that. And thirdly, while serving and also communicating the documents to the opponent's lawyers, my supervisor have told me how to behave, how to use the right ethics in communicating. As we need, as a lawyer, we need to be professional in everything we did to maintain the professionalism of the communicating ways between the opponents. And we also, my supervisor also advised me on how to behave during dealing with courts. As during my internship, I was constantly guided on how to asking for due of filing or also the CM dates. And during that communication with the courts, there is always an ethics that my supervisor constantly asked me to maintain. So what I mainly learned during my internship was ethics is number one during practices to maintain your good names and also the firm's good names. Additionally, my supervisor always encouraged me on developing my critical thinking and decision making skills. This is mainly because when dealing with courts in setting up a dates for CM and also clarification dates, my supervisor always asked me to decide on the dates with the court myself. So I really think that while communicating professionally with the courts, I tend to be more careful and also try to be accommodating with the court and also the firms, so that I will make a good decisions. And this have developed my critical my decision making skills in real life practices, and I think that this contributes a lot to my professional ways of making decisions and communicating. So I really think that during this internship, I really learned so much about professional ethics and communication skills, and also I have developed a decision making skills during this internship.